Litquake virgin. I'm very happy to be here, delighted, grateful to Jane Garnar and Scott for inviting me. And we haven't met before, probably, but maybe we have around Gertrude Stein, that's possible. My biography, photobiography of Gertrude Stein has, of course, a lot of roots in this area. And my book, what is it? Let me see if I remember the title of my book. True Secrets of Lesbian Desire. Today I want not to read from this book, it's a bit intimate to read from it. You will see, if Litquake were called Litquake, but now we have had so much wonderful laughter that maybe there's a moment to be a little more reflective, and bear with me. So this is about the book. Lesbian marriage. The cartoon is funny, but inside there is both humor and something serious. Sex is a trickster. It flares up, slips away, gets fixed on the one and only, changes partners, goes wild, thrives on intimacy, gets going with only strangers, falls asleep, changes form, gets bored, and sparks into life again. When we fall in love, we want sex to be around forever. But when we commit to a relationship and when we get married, sex tends to sneak away. Desire falls asleep and bed death afoot. The so-called lesbian bed death is, of course, everyone's bed death. Every marriage is challenged in the same way, no matter your sexual orientation. No protection. A relationship is a collaboration. Sex is a collaboration. A conversation is a collaboration. And so is writing a book together. We've done it twice before, my life companion Kim Chernin, prolific writer, and me. Our first book was already about sex. Don't interpret too much about that. The second about opera. Two passionate pursuits. We've been together for 28 years and never wanted to get married until now. We preferred to be bohemian outsiders who had as little as possible to do with established conventions. But we've entered a dramatic change in the cultural climate. Gay marriage has become political. The personal is political, as we've been saying for a long time. It also has become historic, and we wanted to be part of significant decisions that has been announced during our lifetime. The freedom for lesbian and gay people to marry brings with it a new potential and new demands. We wrote Lesbian Marriage, a Love and Sex Forever Kit because in our long relationship we've seen it all. And we've weathered it all. We've written for a long time on women's lives, spirituality, and sex. We've talked to many women and men, personally and professionally, as mentors and practitioners of a different kind of listening, a form of common sense conversation. Common sense because over the years we have realized that common sense is the least common kind of sense. Now we wanted to talk about what happens to love and sex, for better or worse. Obviously, sex and marriage are not exactly horse and carriage. We narrowed down a dozen major challenges that occur in every committed relationship. And we gathered strategies, tools we ourselves have found effective in addressing these challenges. For example, we talk about myths of desire, cultural notions of passion and pain versus passion and pleasure. We talk about you always, I never, grudges and bed death, and about the genital corset, the need to loosen up our preset notions about where and how sex has to take place. We discuss the power of never now, people being too busy and stressed to have sex, and
the makeover marriage, the inflated expectations of couples that marriage will solve all their problems. We are providing food for thought, and in addition to sexy real-life stories, there is a toolkit. Handy lists of do's and don'ts to keep in mind when passion and romance threaten to slip away. To give you an example of what we are after in this book, let's take one central general misunderstanding about sex in long-term relationships. We call it the hot burn versus the slow burn. The hot burn is the quick flare, the instantaneous sexual kindle, the experience we think worth ruining our lives for. The slow burn takes longer to get going. It needs a more intimate, mature knowledge of our lover's body. It requires patience as the heat gathers and gains force. The great temptation of the hot burn is that you race ahead of yourself and seem transformed. Your old self is left behind. You are carried beyond the sexual limitations that have always plagued you. How could you resist? The slow burn is mostly ignored because it is compared to the hot burn and found wanting. We don't cherish it because we almost don't notice it. After the hot burn, you return to yourself. You come back to the person you have always been in all your sexual shyness, shame, and fear. Back to your serious doubt of your attractiveness. Your body's repressions and secrets speak up again. The slow burn never really gets a chance. Before it can develop, we have to face everything the hot burn has allowed us to leave behind. Poor old slow burn, personally and culturally unrecognized as a possibility of sexual fulfillment. You can be sure Tristan and Isolde, who had been dragged into their passion, knew nothing about it. Ditto for Romeo and Juliet, those kids of 13 and 16 with their single burning night together. Antony and Cleopatra, Paris and Helen of Troy, Eloise and Abelard. You didn't even have to know their stories to know how hot they had been burning. But did two women together have to be walled in by those old bedtime stories? Let's think. What would have happened to Romeo and Juliet 10 years later if they had lived and lived together? Romeo might be taking off for Padua every chance he got, resenting the time Julia spent with their children. She might have felt that after a day of kids in the house and their own family, another demand on her for intimacy was just too much. Could she have taught Romeo to caress her tired body to sleep? To give her a sexy foot massage that would have melted her to the bone? Lesbian and all other sex manuals are filled with suggestions for lovers to get back into the hot burn. Fill the bubble bath, light the candles, burn your incense, get out that exotic oil, slide your K.D. Lang into the CD. Start with the back rub. All this sudsing would be well and good if the attempt to reach a hot burn weren't so misguided. Candles light up the slow burn. Think of a sensual, tender flame, a breath moving gently over your skin, kisses lingering in the hollow of your neck, little bites on your earlobe, and naughty whispers. Nothing asked for and demanded beyond what is there for both of you in the moment. No other goal or pursuit or striving, no effort or labor. Slow burn is not boredom, but something entirely different. A different kind of passion, learned in confessional intimacy. A seasoned passion only a seasoned couple can achieve. A sensual knowledge only you and she, or he, can know. Marriage is an excellent place for carnal knowledge. So, if you're curious about the toolkit that goes with Hot Burn and Slow Burn and all the rest. You'll find it on Amazon and Kindle, and you'll find it right here. I have put a bunch of books out on that table, and you can pay nothing or anything you want, and it's there for you. What else? Stay tuned, I want you to know, because I've just finished an erotic memoir of my wild days in Paris as a young rule breaker, bohemian trickster, and woman lover, called Kiss Me Again. She did.